Hey guys, and we are back. We're playing Driveclub this time, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a few racing game reviews. I'm not going to do all of them at once. So on my YouTube channel, you'll see like 3 or 4 or so, and then you'll see a split of different things in between. Because I don't want to have like 10 days in a row of just racing games. So I'll split them up a little bit here and there, but. So this is round 2 now, I guess. So this was I did three videos already. I did Gravel Demo, the Grand Tour, and Gran Turismo Sport. So Driveclub is an older game. If you haven't heard of it, I wouldn't buy it unless it's like $10 because the servers are shut down already. So you can see they're everything's grayed out. This game was hyped up very much back when it came out, back in like 2013, I think it was. I'm not even sure about that. But somewhere around there, and it was very, very hyped up that it's supposed to be really good, and which honestly, it's not bad. I really don't think it's bad. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show there's replays right here. So I'm going to upload a picture that you will see on your screen right now. And so for that picture, I do not have a replay of. I have a replay of this one here, which is a 301.772. That one, I believe, put me in like 100 and something place, like 120. I don't know, 100 and something was what my placing was. I believe I'd have to. I don't think I have a picture of it, so I can't tell you. But either way, it wasn't double digits. It was triple. So. And then this 303 was actually in the thousands, I believe. Like it was like number like 3,000 or something. So there was a lot of people playing this game. If you look at that picture that I put up on there, the last place person on my friends list was like over 2 million. I think it was like 2.3 million, millionth place. So that meant that out of however many people were playing, he was still 2.4 or 2.3 millionth. So I want to say there was a lot of people playing that game. And what happened was they released it where you had to buy it, and then about a year or year and a half later, they released it on PlayStation Plus for free. There was a free edition that didn't have everything, but it had a decent amount of stuff. So I did the free edition, so there was already a lot of people playing it within a year and a half or however long it was before I got it. And you can even see up top it says PlayStation Plus edition. So I do not have the full game. It's almost like the fighting game Dead or Alive, where they give you a game that has like 4 people in it, and then you have to buy the characters or buy the full game. That's what this does. So I can go in and I can buy, like you see the Driveclub add-ons right there, but you can buy cars. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong one. Garage. So if you come over here, you can buy each car, or they come in packs or something. I'm not even sure, but. And it says not available in this edition. Upgrade the game basically to the full game to get these cars. So that's like all of these, like all these cars. I'm able to get like 10 or 15 cars on here, I think. So it's kind of dumb. And honestly, I never played far enough into it to know, other than like just playing arcade, I don't know how to even use those cars. So, but we're going to do this. We're going to do a replay. I'm going to show you the game. I'm going to play after I do this, but I want to show you an actual pretty good run. Because, I don't know if I've said it in the older videos. I have an eye injury from work. I solder parts, and I had hot solder splatter up into my eye, right in the center of it. So my right eye, my vision is distorted. So it is harder for me to play games, and honestly, it sucks for me because I love playing racing games, and it definitely has made it a lot harder. Like, to be completely honest, I just did a stream of this. I was doing the same exact stream, and my dogs ruined it at the end, so I had to restart it. So I did play. I did the same format that I'm going to do this time. I did the replay first, and then I drove for one round. And honestly, I can tell you, like, of course, the replay is a lot better because when I did these races, I was a lot better at racing games than I am now. Even before I had my eye injury, you know, I'm working more than I was. I have, you know, my own house. I didn't have, well, I had my own house back then too, but back when this video was recorded. But it was a different house. Had a different relationship, different, you know, everything. Lived 1,500 miles away from where I live right now. So it was, you know, everybody goes through different things. So I was going through some stuff too, and this was my my zen, my relaxation. So I played racing games, and like, oops, I just skipped on accident. My finger twitched. My situation back then was different, and back when I recorded this, I was a little bit past my prime, I would say, for video games, and like I didn't get bored with them yet and stuff like that, and I am getting a little bored with them here and there. But I had a lot less to do, like, around the house. I had a pretty new house, so there was nothing to do to it. I had a pretty new vehicle, so I wasn't doing anything, you know, like I didn't have a whole lot of time spent doing things other than playing games, is what I'm saying. I still had a job, but for the most part, I was able to play games whenever I wanted to, other than, like, work. So I was still good at racing games, and just over the past 10 years or 9 years, you know, I've gotten older, you know, my vision has gotten a little bit worse even before the injury, you know, so, and I don't play on the PlayStation as much. I used to be PlayStation only. Now I don't play on the PlayStation hardly at all. I play Xbox for Forza 7 because I think that's better than Gran Turismo now. So, but anyway, so with the eye injury, I have to play racing games that I know already because it's hard for me to learn tracks when I can't see them very well. And that leads me to my next point. If you ever have if you ever have an injury at work, no matter what it is, report it when it happens. I didn't report mine. I was stupid. I didn't want to wear safety glasses for soldering, and in reality, you should every time that you solder. So, but I didn't report it, so I really didn't want to wear them, and my eye turned out okay afterwards, like two or 3 days afterwards. It was like there was nothing wrong with it, so I'm like, oh, okay, like, no problem. And then 6 months later, I wake up from a nap, and all of a sudden I have double vision in that exact spot, and I can actually see the dot when I blink for a quick second. But yeah, so it definitely sucks. It's definitely a disappointing part of my life right now, because I really love cars and racing games and stuff like that, and even driving real cars. Like, I can still see mostly fine, but my vision is distorted from it. So I look up my speedometer and stuff like that. It's like the numbers are a little bit wavy, and they have a double edge, and it's just it sucks because I can't see cars as far. Like, I used to be able to see a car coming and be like, oh, that's a Chevy Cavalier, you know, like, you know, or that's a Chevy Cobalt or whatever. I could see that from far away, and now I can't even do that because I can't see. You know, it's too blurry to see. So until they get, like, super close. So when I'm playing racing games, I have to play tracks that I know, like, almost like the back of my hand. So if you are watching this and you watch any of my other car videos, like you know, like racing games, you'll see on Forza and Gran Turismo, I pretty much play the same few tracks because I know them very, very well. So it's easier for me to play. It is harder for me to learn tracks because I can't see the apex of the turns very well. So I can't take the turns as good as I could before because I can't see them as well. I can't tell if I'm on the exact right line, if I'm going too far in or a little bit too far out. So that's why you'll see me playing the same tracks. So anyway, we're gonna go. I know this track kind of, and I also just had a refresher since, like I said, I did a stream, or I did basically I'm doing streams on Twitch, but I'm uploading them to my YouTube. So if I say stream, that's what I mean, even though it's no longer on Twitch for the most. Like, basically by the time it gets to YouTube, it's probably not even on Twitch anymore. They only give me 7 days. So I have to upload it to YouTube before that. So if you hear me say stream, that's what I mean. It's streaming to Twitch right now as I'm playing and recording, but it won't be, after a week from now, it won't even be on Twitch. So I should just change it to saying recording, I guess. So and I also have no idea why it has my profile picture as Far Cry 3 Voss, which was my old one before I started my YouTube channel and changed it. And I have no idea why some games have not changed it, and I don't know why. I really don't get it, why they're different. But anyway, so if you see that, my old avatar was Voss from Far Cry 3, since Far Cry 3 is like my favorite game. So we're going to go start line. So this race right here is the one that time is from. And also the same thing with the picture. So, and also, I do not have a dedicated gaming room. So I am actually in my living room. I do have animals. You might hear them. I have 4 cats and 3 dogs, and they do make noises here and there, so you might hear them. But when I was doing the last stream, that I said that I had to stop it early and redo it, was because my dogs had to go outside, and they were just being so loud that I couldn't even hear the TV. So I'm sure it came through and was blocking out what I was saying. So they were just jumping around in the kitchen because they had to go outside, and I was trying to finish the stream real quick, and I couldn't. And but their nails were just making all sorts of noises on the linoleum, so I had to start over. So we're gonna play it, and this is the only car you get to use. Only thing you can do is change the paint. So that's also what makes it significant about that 26th place, is that everybody uses the same car. There's no, I couldn't modify it differently than anybody else. It's the same exact car, just different paint. So, and my cats are fighting upstairs, so if you hear them, you might hear them, I don't know. So, this I probably won't be nearly as good. We'll see. I'm going to try to pay attention to the tachometer here, because I was having issues last time. Because when I'm talking, I am not focusing as much, so when I'm trying to race, and I just bumped into that car, which ruined my time. Okay, so, like I said, when I'm talking and I'm not focusing on the races, exactly. And that guardrail has little pieces sticking out. Jeez, oh man. So basically, if you don't do the first turn almost perfect, you're not going to hit your time. So I had many times where when I was trying to beat that time, that I was restarting after the very first turn because there's no way to make it up. And I was trying to do, a world record time, so I wasn't going to just sit there and do the whole race. But see, that Corvette hit the brakes and he didn't even need to. And also on this one, you don't have to use the... I'm having trouble. You don't have to use the e-brake as much. The back end just slides out when you hit the brakes. And I am messing up my shifting anyway. I mean, it doesn't matter. My time is going to be terrible. But see how slow they're going around that curve? Like, I'm going a lot faster. I have to, let off just to not hit them. So, this game is very similar to, it's like a cross between Need for Speed and Gran Turismo. It's pretty realistic, and I know I am doing bad. I wish I could blame my eye on that one, but I'm just being terrible at it right now. My eye is maybe 10% of it, but the rest of it is just, I'm not used to this game. I have not played it, other than, like I said, the previous stream that I was talking about. I have not played this game in 6 years. And I just lost it right there. So, but if you notice, this guardrail has these little parts that stick out, right there, the little pieces of concrete and stuff. I let off the gas to show you, and that's what I bounced off of that very first one. So it's hard to take an inside line when you have little pieces sticking out like that. But either way, so. When I was reviewing the Grand Tour game, I was mentioning about the drifting being weird. This game is a little similar, but it's not the same. Like it still has that effect a little bit where when you're drifting, you have to pull it out of it, but it overcorrects a lot quicker. So like you're not drifting as long when you go to correct it. And the Grand Tour game was like you had to like pull yourself out of the drift, and it took forever. Like the steering was so slow. Come on. So this one, it still has that same effect that the Grand Tour does, but it's not nearly as bad. That guy kind of pushed me out a little bit. He's still there. Okay. But third and fourth gear are not much different on this car. I mean, I started out first place, but look at my time. 3:23. Oh, 3:24. Even the last race that I did before, like how I was saying I was doing a stream before, I got like 3:12. And I thought that was bad being 13 seconds slower than my record, but this one was 25 seconds slower. That's terrible. I'm going to do one more just to try to beat that time. I'm not going to beat my record, of course, but I just want to. So disappointed in that. When I play racing games, I'm very competitive, and like I said, I am very good. I used to be a lot better, and especially the tracks that I still know, I am a lot better. But see, if you don't take these turns like exactly right, like I just misjudged that one, and I just hit him, so that lost my momentum a little bit. And this game is weird too, that even though if you're twitchy with the steering wheel, like the joystick pretty quick, like if you're twitchy with it but you're like really quick about it, it's actually like the game makes it smooth. It's really weird. Like the game makes it into like as if you're just holding the joystick a little bit to the left the whole time. If you do like quick movements, it's really odd. It's almost like it makes you better when you if you're being twitchy. Like so the brakes. The back end just slides out. See, I'm doing better on this one so far, knock on wood. But, I almost didn't catch that shift. Man, sorry, I'm really trying to beat that 224 time. So I'm not talking as much, I'm trying to focus more. But, I know I need to review it, so that's the whole point of this video. Come on. So you see, I was able to pull it out of that drift pretty quick because I had it a little sideways, and I was able to pull it out of there pretty decently quick. So that's what I mean. Like it's still better than the Grand Tour the way the drifting is on that, but and hit the brakes, and that's hitting the guardrail. Still didn't do terrible on that though. See how this is like, I mean, I'm hitting the joystick like 10 times, and this is doing like I don't know if you saw, it was twitchy like 3 times. I hit that joystick like 30 times. So, that's what I mean about how it's like making it look, man. This is disappointing for me. It honestly is. It's so disappointing having this eye injury and not being able to be as good as I can be. Man, I know I've said it before, but if you're doing something that, you know, you can lose an eye or definitely injure your eye, wear safety glasses. I can't stress that enough right now. But if you saw that last drift, I was pretty sideways, and I was able to pull myself out of it, like I said, somewhat quick. And the Grand Tour, like, you really gotta like yank on it to try to get it to come out of it, and it takes a while. And also, if you notice, I got a 324. I'm not even paying attention right now. I was looking at the cars behind me. I got a 324 on that last one, and if you notice, these guys are right on my butt, and I'm getting a 308, well, 311. So on the last race, they would have beat me. So it says he got a 311.445. I got a 310.961. So in the last race, that car would have beat me because I got a 324. So it still does the thing where if you're like if you crash, it slows the cars down a little bit to try to help you out. And honestly, I'm kind of on the fence about that feature because I don't like losing, so I'm happy that I'm still, I'm like, hey, I'm still going to win. But at the same time, it's like you see that, and you're like, I mean, on this race, I would have got 11th place. 10th or 11th place is what I would have got on the last time I did it. Like I said, I got 324. So, and I got first on that last race. So that doesn't make sense. So, and like I said, you have to do this race. It's almost like a puzzle in a way. I have noticed, though, that the acceleration off the line is not nearly as quick as it used to be. If you watch that replay, you'll see what I mean. On that very first turn, I'm already past, like, all but, like, 5 cars. And on this one, I'm, like, right beside the same car the whole time, up until that first turn. So, yeah, so... But honestly, so graphic-wise, the graphics are pretty good. I'm going to show the replay again while I'm talking. So, the graphics are pretty good. They're not great. The way the car handles is actually not terrible. It's not... Like I said, it's a cross between an arcadey game and a simulation game, and it's still a little bit more arcadey. Like, I'd say it's, instead of it being 50-50, it's like, 60-40, but it's like 60% arcadey. And what I mean by arcadey is, like, if you ever played Need for Speed, pretty much any of them, cars do not handle the way that Need for Speed portrays them to handle. Like, for the most part, there's a lot of, it's mostly for entertainment and stuff like that. This one has, like, I don't know, the cars are still able to spin out, just, it's still hard to do. But it basically just puts you in a drift instead of doing a spin out. And if you don't correct it, you crash. You crash into it while you're sideways. You don't actually spin your car around. So, like on simulation games, if you hit the gas and hold left or right, you're going to start doing donuts. On this one, it seems like it's just going to make you turn left and go into a wall. So, it's a fun game, so I'm going to give it points for that. The graphics are good, so points for that. The drifting is a little excessive. It's not as hard as it should be, so I'm going to take points off for that. But overall, it's not a bad game. And then the other part is it's old, and the servers are shut down. So you can't even set a record if you wanted to. I didn't say if you were going to be the world record holder and you beat the world record time, it won't matter. So it's basically just for fun now. There's no competition to it anymore. I don't even think there's even online play anymore. Because like I said, they shut the servers down, so there's no leaderboards, no nothing. So this game is basically obsolete. So I wouldn't even buy it if it's more than $10. The cars, I don't know how much different they handle. This one is rear-wheel drive. The next one that they do is a Volkswagen Golf, I believe, in the next track, and it definitely handles different. But I just feel like the cars are more like Need for Speed than they are Gran Turismo. So. I'm partial to simulation games more than arcade. So sorry, I was thinking. And right there, I was looking back at on the map, and I wasn't registering that there was a curve coming up. So I just went like full throttle into it till the last second, like, oh crap, didn't realize it was there. To be honest, I was pretty much looking at the map and feeling kind of down on myself for the eye problem that I'm having, because every day I'm realizing more and more that I can't have as much fun as I used to on certain games because of it. So it's definitely a kick to the gonads, basically. The more and more I play stuff. Especially when I'm doing these reviews, so I'm playing games I haven't played, or I'm playing games I haven't played in a long time. So, it's definitely Definitely a kick to the gonads. So anyway, I'm gonna give this game. I'm gonna give it about a 7.5 out of 10 because it was very good when it came out. It had a lot of potential. It was fun. The graphics were good. It's kind of aged now, and they also added motorcycles, which I am terrible at motorcycle games. I'm good at car games, but not motorcycle. The only motorcycle games that I was even good at was on PS2. There was a game called Taurus Trophy, which I have like 2 videos of on my channel, like older videos, and that was the only one I was actually somewhat good at. I am not good at any of the... I've tried a lot of newer ones, and I'm not good at them at all. There's no point in me even playing them, honestly. So, you won't be seeing me reviewing motorcycle games, because I'm terrible at them. So, I'm sorry about that. I was yawning a little bit. It is getting late, so... Oh, this is funny. Coming soon. Yeah. Servers have been down for a long time. These are probably ones that would have been there if I bought the full game. That's what I'm guessing. Because Start Line is the one that you start out with. I don't even remember this All-Stars being... Oh, because it's a purchase. So Start Line is the beginning, and then you go to this Driveclub tour, which you can see I have 0, because it's all purchase. So the free version gives you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11. Gives you 11 races. So, the next one... Oh, it's a Mini Cooper, not a Volkswagen Golf, my bad. So, I've done that one too. And it's not going to show my time, so... Yeah, so there's no point in going into that one. But, so this one, you get to drive a BMW. This one is a Aston Martin or Bentley. Oh, it's Aston Martin, right up top. So... Versus race. This is Aston Martin V12 Zagato. Ferrari 430. Maserati. Audi R8 V10. And then Pagani Zonda. What is that? Renault Alpine. I don't know. Somewhat like Renault. I don't know very much because I'm in the U.S. and that's one of those cars you see in England. We don't have Renault over here. McLaren. So all of those other ones are we do have over here. Zonda, I've never seen one, but I'm sure somebody has one over here. But Renault is one of those brands that we don't sell over here. So the only way it would come over is if somebody brought it. And then this is a BAC Mono, which I've never heard of either. So, but yeah, so if you want to play this game, if it's like $10 or something like that, maybe. I mean, it's up to you guys. It should be free because it's PlayStation Plus. Unless it's not free anymore. But yeah, I'd rate this a 7.5. If the leaderboards were still up and it was still competitive where you were playing online with people, I would say it's maybe like an 8.5 because it's actually pretty good. It was pretty fun. Like I said, I'm not partial to simulation. I'm not partial to arcade games. I'm partial to simulation. But even though it was an arcade game, I can't really take points off for it being something I'm not a fan of, because it was still a good game. But yeah, you can even see up top next to my name, there's PlayStation Plus Edition, and then all the way to the right there's a globe that has a plug that's unplugged. So it's completely shut off. Servers are shut off and everything. So, and if I go back out of here, multiplayer's gone. So it's basically just half of a game now. Here's the bikes. And you have to either purchase it or coming soon, which, either never happened or another purchase. But can I do anything on this? Time trial? Nope. Let's buy them. Oh wait, India's free. I'll try one. We'll try one right now. So is there anything that's not a lot of curves or something I know, because I'm going to have a lot of trouble, honestly. I'm going to have a lot of trouble just on the bike itself, let alone not being able to see it. That's it. This looks like the best one right here, honestly. We'll try it. So, okay. We'll see how bad this is. This is gonna be bad. Oh, wait. Nope. I don't have any bikes unlocked. I can't even race. Alrighty then. So never mind about that. I can't even do it. So, I guess that ends this review. Because I was going to possibly review the bike part too, but I can't even play it, so. But yeah. Alrighty then. So, if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you have any games for me that you want me to try to play or review, let me know. And I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.